Hello everyone, this is Review. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. 3:35 p.m. is the time, and it is Friday the 17th of June 2016. You may be wondering why I didn't say any sort of series name. Well, that's because it's a review. It's the unnamed drink series. It's got a total of like 17 votes in the little vote I did as to which series is our favorite. I know it's the least popular series of them all, where I just review random beverages, but this beverage got a lot of requests, and I said, well, fine, I'm going to review it anyways. It's 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola. Original Cola, a bold spin on an original cola, and it's from 1893. This is over 120 years old now. They actually had cans like this back in the 1890s, believe it or not. You know, how do you think, how do you think J. Paul Getty got so rich, you know? He sold 1893 Pepsi Cola. And I decided I'd wear some Victorian-style attire today when I woke up. I knew I was going to do this review, so I put on a detachable imperial collar, which is a stand-up collar. So no, I am wearing it correct. This is a very old look. 4-in-hand tie, vest, pocket watch, and frock coat. And that's what we got. So, 1893. Let me move this. Here, let me put my pills back here. I don't know, I thought that's in frame. I don't know, maybe it's not, but I just wanted to make sure it wasn't get them lined up like that. Anyways, 1893, nutrition fact, serving size, 1 can, 150 calories per can, 39 grams of sugar. Carbonated water, sugar, caramel color, the main ingredients. Your caffeine content is, I don't think it's specified. Caffeine content, 34 milligrams. 1893, from the makers of Pepsi Cola. A boldly blended cola, made with cola nut extract, dark brown malt flavor, a touch of aromatic bitters, sparkling water, and real sugar, ladies and gentlemen. 1893, from the makers of Pepsi Cola. Incredible. This seems like the kind of drink, I don't know, engineered towards millennial hipsters. You know, I could see one of those guys, you know, with the waxed mustache and the undercut hairstyle with the slim fit and suspenders, just sitting there drinking this. Guzzle it down like water, I figure. I know it's not an energy drink, so we're just going to analyze it from a flavor standpoint. See how good it is. We could get a little more in there. Okay. Good. 1893. It looks and smells exactly as other Pepsi Cola would. It still has that very sweet smell and that carbonation to it, that real strong looking effervescence on the sides at least. Let's see what it tastes like. So let's take a sip of this. It's 1893 by Pepsi Cola. Let's take a sip and I'll tell you what it tastes like. Cheers. I'm nervous, you guys. Can't do anything about it. Well, we drank pretty much the whole glass, so I guess we can talk about it. Oh, and if you're wondering about the tooth, by the way, the tooth itself is holding up a bit better. I had some pizza today, and that actually went down okay without incidents. That's good news, at least if the tooth doesn't really cause that much pain today. And no pain with the drink. Well, here's the best way to describe 1893 Pepsi Cola. I don't know if it's what they went for, if this is what they wanted it to be, but this is how it ended up. You get a glass of Pepsi, right? It's a warm summer day. Quite like today, actually. Mid-80s, you know, temperature-wise. So you got a nice little glass of Pepsi, you know. put it in a shot glass, because that's how we drink Pepsi, you know. Get 2 nice big ice cubes, you know. You say, hey, I took inspiration from Review Bra with his 2 ice cubes, and I put 2 ice cubes in there. Oh, but then I heard a shortwave station that I really wanted to listen to, so I left that glass of Pepsi with the ice cubes sitting there in the sun for a while. So, come back. The water, the level of liquid in that shot glass is a lot higher, and the 2 ice cubes are melted. You drink it, and it tastes a little flatter and a lot more watered down. That's exactly what this tastes like. 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola. Maybe that's what they decided to went for. Maybe they said, well, maybe in 1893 they didn't have the sophisticated means of making beverages as they do today, so, you know. It tastes watered down. Tastes watered down, even though it gave the illusion at first that it's heavily carbonated. It's actually a lot flatter than I would have expected it to be. And it is sweet. Very sweet. Has almost a syrupy type of texture to it, believe it or not. It's not, you know, thick like syrup, but it does have that noticeable more of a thickness to it. Really, the best way to say it is that it does have a little bit of a thickness to it in spots, but it's lacking flavor in other areas. All right. You drink it, it lacks the carbonation. It has a thickness, but it's just correlating with that thickness, you know, of the liquid. It just doesn't have that strong of a flavor, which I would have otherwise expected to it. Tastes a bit watered down to me, lacking in carbonation a bit, and tastes a little bit off from regular Pepsi, but the flavor, it can really just taste like a weaker, watered down Pepsi. It has definitely a more of a, I guess, a malt type of consistency, just that thicker type of consistency, which you should notice. Otherwise, though, it is very sweet, as I reiterate, and that's really all that I have for you. Now, you know, the price-wise for this drink, they were selling these, you know, they were selling tons of these, and it was around $2 for this can. I thought it was a little bit expensive. I thought it could be maybe $1 for this. But I think that's just the place ripping you off. I think they're trying to say, oh, it was an exclusive drink, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not really going to factor in the price because I think they were just price gouging on this one. But still, just from a drink standpoint, I was a bit disappointed in it just because, I mean, it tasted just really watered down. And despite the thicker consistency, it just didn't have that flavor which I would have expected with it. And that's all I got for you, ladies and gentlemen. Out of 10, what are we going to be rating 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola? Out of 10, I'm going to be rating 1893. I'm going to be giving it a just disappointing in the end. I mean, it was disappointing. It could definitely use some work. They should add more flavor, more carbonation. I mean, they should just make the syrup flavor a little stronger. I'm a bit disappointed, but I'm still going to give it a 5.9 out of 10. Not the worst thing in the world. It's completely drinkable, but it does need some improvement. And for all you newcomers, 7.5 out of 10 is average on my odd schedule. On my odd scale. On my odd rating scale, not schedule. That wouldn't even make any sense. Yeah, we're scheduling this rating at 8.5 out of 10. Doesn't make any sense. No, on this odd rating scale of mine, 7.5 is average, so that's how it is now. And that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Report of the Week concluded.